Assalamu alaikum, my name is Aisha. Welcome back to my channel. Inshallah, in this video I'm going to be giving you some top tips that you can apply when you take your children on the school run. If you don't do the school run and your children don't go to school, you can actually apply them in other circumstances. For example, on your way to work, if you commute every day, or if you go regularly to visit someone's house, with maybe your relative's house with your children, or if you go, when you go on holiday, just things that you can do on a journey, basically. Let's begin. The first thing is to make a plan for the day ahead. So this is a time when, if you're especially on your own, you can contemplate what's going to happen in the day ahead, and you can plan in your mind what you need to do, what are the urgent things for the day, what are the not so urgent things for the day, and you have 5-10 minutes during this time in which you can really plan effectively. So use that time wisely. Sometimes people just sit on the phone or daydream, don't really do anything during those 5-10 minutes, which can actually be really productive. You can make a mental to-do list, or you can even use a journal. You can find the link to mine in the description below, to just plan out what you're going to be doing the day ahead and prioritizing what needs to be done as well. Another really important thing that you can do is have a conversation with your child, which might seem a little bit obvious, but if you're going on the school run every day, and in the mornings when I used to do the school run, one thing I always used to notice was the faces of the parents in other cars, right? They used to look quite stressed and quite tired, which is understandable. You're getting up early in the morning to drop your child off to school, and there's probably 100 other things you have to do before and after then as well. But use this time wisely. Have conversations with your child. Ask them what they're looking forward to during the day. Ask them if there's anything they're worried about, anything they're excited about. It not only builds a connection and really strong relationship, it gives them the opportunity to really talk to you heart to heart if they need to, especially if they're just going into school, or if they just come out of school and things have happened, and that might be the only time when they really want to tell you, and they might not tell you later on if you're busy. So use that time wisely. Listen to a podcast or the news. This is again really important because it's a time where you can really do a bit of learning. Everybody can do a bit of learning. So if there's a topic that really interests you as a family, there are so many podcasts to choose from. So you can either listen to a podcast like mine, or you can even listen to the news. This means that issues will come up every single day that you can really talk about, have debates or discussions about, ask the children what they think, what they understand, what they know, whatever's relevant, whatever's going on in the world. It'll help to build knowledge, it'll help to build vocabulary, it'll create opportunities for them to do some critical thinking, rather than sitting in the car either on their phones, texting their friends, or doing nothing at all. Another thing you can do on the school run is really practice your du'as and your Quran. This is a perfect opportunity, especially first thing in the morning. You can either do this by playing a CD in the car, or actually you should read it yourself and get the children to repeat after you. It's in the car where we learn as little children certain really important du'as that we still read today, every day. For example, the dua for traveling, we learned it in the car when we used to go to school every day. So this is a really good opportunity to learn those little du'as with the meanings. You can recite them, get your children to recite them, then they'll know that they're inshallah under Allah's protection first thing in the morning. What better way to start the day? Even if there's surahs that they've been practicing or memorizing, get them to read it at this time, see if they know it, see where they're stuck, and they're fresh first thing in the morning. They haven't really done anything yet apart from have breakfast, hopefully. So try and do something really productive during this time. Another really good thing that you can do during these journeys is play games. Might sound silly, but there's so many games you can play in the car that are actually cognitively beneficial for your children and for you as well. For example, you can play I Spy, right? Think of an item beginning with this letter that I can see outside the window. So this really builds up confidence in children, it builds up the vocabulary in children, it just developmentally brings them on if they're doing this sort of interaction with you, turn taking with their siblings, and it's really fun thing that you can be doing. So your commute doesn't have to be boring. There's other games you can play too. For example, the alphabet game. We used to love playing this one when we were little. So one person whose go it is thinks of a letter, and everybody else has to name, I think it used to be girl's name, boy's name, fruit. We used to do a country beginning with that same letter and see if everybody can think of something different. And it's something you can do with a pen or paper, but it doesn't have to be, you can just do it verbally. You can also do the 20 questions game, where one person thinks of an object and then you get to ask them 20 questions about it, and they can only answer yes or no, and then see if you can guess the object based on that. You can do the shopping game where you list things that you buy from a supermarket each time. So I went to the shop and I bought an apple. The next person has to say, I went to the shop, I bought an apple and a pear. And the list goes on and on till people start forgetting the items as they get bigger. This is really good memory game. Again, it's just really fun to play with. So, you don't have to do this every single time, every single day, but try and mix it up and make sure you're doing at least something productive during these commutes, just to make them less stressful, more fun and more beneficial for everyone. And hopefully by applying at least some of these tips, you can make your commutes a little bit more enjoyable and a little bit more beneficial for everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and inshallah I'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.